Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my platform. And for those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. Thank you, whoever liked the video. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the prayer. So we pray to the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're calling upon the divine realm. We're calling upon our ancestors, our spiritual guides, our archangels. We call upon the archangels. We're also calling upon ancient Egypt and any other starseed or lightworker family members that we have that want to be a part of this reading. We're calling upon God and the Holy Spirit, of course, Jesus, and any other ascended masters that would like to be a part of this reading. And then I would like to ask that they put a bubble of protection around me and my collective. And please block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest knowledge, and the highest wisdom to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, Most High, I would like to ask that you continue to shield me, protect me, and keep me safe from all negativity and continue to prosper me. And I would also like to ask that you continue to prosper those that subscribe and that like and that are a part of my soul tribe journey. And thank you for being merciful with us. Thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give glory, gratitude, and thanks to you. I pray into your holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Okay, now we're going to do the contract. So by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes no sending of the evil eye, no energy harvesting, and no gang stalking. And no copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted and trademarked by God and the Holy Spirit. So don't steal from them. Okay. Amen. I mean, that wasn't really a prayer, but you guys can find my full legal disclaimer in the description box below. So we're going to start out with the Egyptian deck because I just feel a lot of Egyptian. Welcome in, Gagan. I feel a lot of Egyptian energy present at this time. So let's see. Wow. Happy renewal. And I want you guys to notice that the renewal that this card is speaking of, this Egyptian god is called Happy, is water. Water is the renewal. So make sure that you guys are staying hydrated. I'm also hearing that right now is a good time to rest. Just because I feel like you guys are going to have greater projects coming up in the future, and you want to make sure that you are getting the rest so that you can go through a state of renewal. You may want to take a saltwater bath, or you may want to add herbs to your bath or oils to your bath. So that could be something that you work in with your spiritual hygiene regimen, you guys. This energy of renewal is very powerful. Nut, understanding. So you're gaining an understanding about yourself, about alchemy, about time and space, and about how to clear your energy. You guys are learning a lot right now. That's why I feel like resting is important, because you're processing a lot of information. So like you guys could be feeling like you're a little bit overwhelmed energetically. And I totally get that. That's this understanding card, because I do feel like you guys, your vibration's raising. So what happens when your vibration gets higher? When your vibration gets higher, all of the junk that you've been holding on to starts to fall away. And so you start to purge things out of yourself by sweating. You start to purge these toxins and these lower vibrations, and basically you then ascend. Your inner frequency and vibration is starting to match what the outside is doing. If that makes sense. I am picking up that you guys are here to gain a lot of understanding about transformation, how to change and how to adapt to life's circumstances. Khonshu, hermitage. You guys could be in hermit mode, or you could be just resting, reflecting in hermit mode. Again, Khonshu is associated with the moon, and I associate the moon with the eye of Horus. So there is a level of you being guided into it's seclusion, but it's purposeful seclusion. It's like isolation for the sake of cleansing your energy and standing in your power. That's what this is. It's a necessary isolation and privacy, however you want to say it, for this renewal process to occur. And when we're always intermingling our energy with other people's energy via sex and other stuff, okay, by just being around them, and then sex is another way. When we're doing that, we're mixing our energies. And so if we want to really stand in our true authentic power, we want to be able to step out of somebody else's energy and into our own energy and be able to uphold that our own vibration. And so I do feel like you guys are learning right now how to isolate and why to isolate, that there is a reason for it. It's a purposeful isolation, but it's not also something that's not going to last forever. This is just a healing phase that you're going through. Thoth, wholeness. You guys could be literally working on a body of work or writing, or you're just like realizing that there's a lot more to you than you thought. You're finding out the depth of your character and the fact that you're a supporter of other people. That's why people are going to support you. Like, you're always going to have those few people that are just haters that don't like what you're doing. But beyond that, you're going to have a lot of people that support you. So again, I think that the people that support you far more outweigh the people that don't support you. Shu, order and peace. See, anybody that doesn't support you having order and peace and wholeness is somebody that you don't need in your life. And that is straight up true. It's a harsh truth, but just knowing that some people are very toxic and they want you to suffer along with them. I don't feel like you guys should have to do that. Mehen, you're protected from that. You're protected from other people coming up to you and just lowering your vibration. You could be feeling like people are trying to get you to argue with them. Just don't argue with them. Know that when you don't engage in any lower vibrational behavior, that you do purify yourself and you are entering into a divine state and you are divinely protected here. Satet, fruitfulness. Your fruitfulness will come into fruition. Everything that you're here to reap the rewards from, you will have. Everything that God said is for you is for you. This fruitfulness is a part of your being. This is a natural state of existence for you to be able to support. Just think of how a tree supports itself. You have this ability to do this. Selkie, healing. So I think it's interesting. There's a link chopping the head off of a snake right there. You're healing from something that was very toxic, very venomous, and very poisonous. It could be you're healing from somebody sending you a lot of the evil eye, or it could be that you're healing from a lot of witchcraft that was being done against you and your family. I feel like you guys are gaining an understanding of how to maintain a high vibration and what things that need to be done to get there. Hathor, intelligence. This is using your intelligence. Using that Hathor energy. I like this because you're actually going to be teaching other people how to heal. By you understanding your own healing process and process of renewal, you are going to be teaching others how to heal as well. And that's why you need it to be isolated, because when you have your energies mixed in with other people's energies, you'll start to take on their karma and their whatever it is that they're going through, especially if there's sex that's being shared between people. And so by isolating yourself, you're just basically going like, I'm going to deal with what is on my plate. And then when that's done, if I want to engage with somebody else, then I'll do that. Nefti, meditation. Meditation is also a part of the process of getting to know your higher self and the higher will that God has for you, because there is always a bigger picture. To everything we see and perceive, there is always a bigger picture. Whoops. We got Sekhmet flying out here, justice. There's always a bigger picture with justice as well. And we have Anuket, hope. So this came out and it was Anuket was upside down. So I'm going to put it there. So somebody was literally not wanting you to have hope at all, that anything would ever get better. If they could keep you in a hopeless state, they felt like they were going to have a victory over you. This person's not having a victory because you're able to renew that. I think I am going to turn this in the upright. You're able to renew hope within yourself. And as long as you have that little sliver of hope, you're holding on to some amount of light that this person can't touch. Bastet, passion. Because where light goes, passion flows. You could be extremely passionate about a certain project or a certain person or doing a certain thing right now. I feel like passion is here to help you explore your own nature. Seth, resentment. There may be somebody that resents you because they feel like you're always hitting the mark. This could be an extended family member or a family-in-law person. Mayat, truth and fairness. Somebody that, like, you're somebody that upholds truth and fairness, and this other person's resentful for that because they're not able to get away with whatever they were just getting away with. I do feel like whoever was sending this energy to you, they're realizing that they're the one that's stuck with the negative energy. Mutt, being ordinary. See, they thought that you were a regular schmegular, not even realizing, not even realizing that you're not, that you're a whole divine being here. And they thought, oh, just because you're sitting here doing something ordinary, then you must be like everyone else. That's a very dangerous mistake to make. You know what I mean? Good. I'm glad that you're praying every day, Gagan. This is a dangerous mistake to make. Seriously. Make sure you guys like the video as you come in, and make sure you guys are subscribed. Look, you've got the sun. You've got enlightenment here. This person's becoming enlightened to the fact that you are not an ordinary person. You are like a whole extraterrestrial alien sitting in a human skin while working on this universe from being within it. I mean, a microcosm and the microcosm and the microcosm to the macrocosm. Literally, as above, so below, as within, so without. You've figured that out, and that's how you're becoming enlightened. By connecting with this raw energy that exists within, it's literally shining a light on the places of you that you need to be healed. And trust me, these people with their resentments, they will not be able to do anything to you once you've healed. And that's why this state of renewal that you're in right now is so important. Taweret, Genesis. Literally, this is creating a whole new Genesis. Now, Taweret is a hippo goddess, hippo-headed goddess. Well, she's got like a hippo body too, but that she basically drives this boat of the dead through the Duat, which is like the underworld, the Egyptian underworld. So she's basically an anchor for the afterlife, right? Sobek, union and power. You're finding that when you unite with your higher self, that anything is possible. Anubis, transformation. I do feel like your heart has been weighed against that feather of Maya, and you have passed. You're found worthy. Amut, devastation. So again, somebody is devastated by your worthiness because their heart was also weighed. Again, what's fair is fair. This person that was attacking you, their heart was weighed, and it's not passing the test. They're not able to move forward. They're not getting this upgrade. This is all about trying to stop somebody from getting an upgrade, which is ridiculous. Just why? Why try to block anything for anybody else? Especially if these people want good for themselves. Why would they try to block somebody else? It doesn't make sense. Exploration. Literally, this person wanted to explore your universe. It's a no. We call our power and our energy back to us right now. Isis, faith, and wisdom. We call upon Isis. Faith and wisdom right there. Because you have faith, you have wisdom. Those two things definitely go hand in hand together. Apophis, darkness. See, you have wisdom about the darkness. That's why when these people try to send this black magic bullshit to you, you literally already have knowledge about it. You know that something's being done. Anytime you start to not feel good, or you feel drained, or you feel exhausted, or you feel sick, that is, I would be like looking and checking your chakra system. Okay, is it my crown chakra? Is it this chakra? And then say, okay, is it my energy? If this is not even my energy, then I send it back to where it came from. Seshat, wisdom. We have Kepri, change. I don't feel like you guys are afraid of change. I feel like you guys are willing to change. If there's something in your system that needs to be changed, like a way of thinking or a way of being, you're willing to do that. You're also willing to go with the greater flow of your life. Amun Ra, creation. You're willing to go with the will of creation. And you're not going like these other people that are very unnatural and weird. They keep going against the will of creation, which I think is super, super strange. And look at this, Mertziger, righteousness. You're a very righteous being and you have the right to take up space. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't exist or can't be yourself. And again, if you have a religious system that is telling you that being yourself is wrong, then maybe you should look at the beliefs of that religion. How many people have been martyred for the sake of a people's opinion of God? I mean, literally. There are so many people that have lost their lives just because of what people think God's opinion is. Not even, and they just take that verbatim of whatever written text is given without actually checking with God to see if God even feels that way. And now you're going to find 9 times out of 10 that God is unconditionally loving, compassionate, very kind, and just a very positive, high vibrational source energy. I don't feel like I get the vengefulness. I understand that if it was an actual being, but this is something beyond that. Let's see, what else? What other deck? We're going to do the emotional deck and just see if anything pops out with this of why these people are attacking you. Like, what is this even about? On a grander scale, why is this person so upset? Spirit, if you can enlighten us. We're very curious to know why somebody is so upset about someone else's success. Why somebody is spending all of their time trying to drain you out and trying to project things to you. It's a waste of energy and a waste of emotion and a waste of magic. They're literally sending you your gifts and abilities, hoping that you won't realize what they're doing. These people have been hurting themselves for a long time now through their foolish actions and careless words. They're also trying to cover you up. Yeah, turning your back. So somebody is holding resentment. I don't know why it keeps glitching. I rebuke it. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. Somebody's holding resentment because they felt like you turned your back on them. What other choice did you have? This person was going to try to get you locked up or do something else really crazy. No, I don't get that Lamashtu is still around. But yeah, that whatever she saw in her dream is something else. That feels more like Jinn like, because they don't really take on like form. Like they'll take on a form and shapeshift, but like they don't have like they have like a solid, they have like a semi-solid. Okay, Jinns to me, I always explain it like in Harry Potter movies when they take the cloak of invincibility and they put it over themselves and you can see their like outline. That's what I'm kind of seeing. But it feels more like of a Jinn energy, a very shape-shifting trickster type energy. That's what I'm literally seeing. Which I guess is better than Lamashtu. I don't know if that's even a better trade, to be honest. Lamashtu, you know, we know that she definitely can cause problems, but I don't get that same vibration off of this energy. I think it's somebody else. It could be just a faceless demon, or it could be literally a Jinn, because they like to take on people's faces. Like they're always shape-shifting and changing their size and their form. That's why it's like kind of just looks like it literally, what I see is like that effect of like somebody being She saw a man in her own house in the dream state. See, that's interesting. So, I don't get that there was an actual man in the house. Not like a burglar or anything. I'm not picking up on anything like that. But whatever she's picking up on, there was somebody that wanted to enter her life just recently. That's a masculine energy. Love child. Yeah, in her dream. Yeah. No, people will definitely like try to project themselves into y'all's dreams. So to see if you'll give them consent. And then, yeah, this is a collective reading. So there is something about a love child. Maybe you turned your back on having a child with somebody, or maybe they're a love child of somebody else. We're just trying to see why somebody is sending this energy, because it doesn't make any sense. And you guys are so freaking protected. It's crazy. It's seriously crazy. You guys are so protected from this person. Like, I feel like you guys could be dealing with a Jezebel spirit. Oh, you did have a death recently in your mother's family side. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Never fun to lose somebody. Off and on, hot and cold detached. This person can never make up their mind about you. That's what I feel. I feel like they always have a different opinion. They're kind of giving me a bipolar type energy, even though I can't diagnose anybody. I think that this person flips out quite a bit. And again, I'm sure that most people are working through some type of issue. I definitely believe that everybody's been traumatized throughout life in a different way. But this person is actively trying to break your heart, or they want to come back in. And it's a no. Like, you've already told this person no. You turned your back on them because they're a betrayer, I feel. You're closing this cycle, though. Literally, with this betrayal that keeps happening, this person, you're closing a cycle. I do feel like you guys are also closing a cycle with this enemy energy. And hopefully we'll get to uncover who they are. I think they might be an ex. But I'm glad that you're closing a cycle, because it's going to keep you safe. Academics. Yeah, you know what? I feel like you might be going in the wrong direction with your studies. So maybe it's something else that you're supposed to be doing. There is an energy that's been with you for like years and years that's been trying to block you from getting further education. So that could be another reason why it's not happening. This massive regrets. I feel like you closing out this cycle with whatever energy this is, it's causing someone to be in massive regret. And I also feel like if there was another thing that you wanted to study, but your parents maybe said no, it might be that. Oh, you have a visa rejection. So that could be part of what's going on. But hopefully you can get that worked out. You were supposed to go to your dream college. Yeah. So hopefully you can get that part worked out. I do think that you should do another, I don't know if it's like a person. There was this test they used to give us in school that would place us in a certain field, and it would show us like what we were good at. I would look back and think about the courses that you're taking. You settled for a college in country. Okay. Yeah. There is a love spell. Somebody's in massive regret that this love spell didn't work. Also, love spells can be very destructive, especially if they bind you to an area or a person, right? I feel like you have somebody that wants to come in and get you pregnant, or wants to get pregnant by you. And they want to open up a whole new cycle that is meant to be closed. Yeah, changing what you're studying is going to be the key to whatever the answer is for school is for you. Secrets. This person wanted to keep the fact that they wanted to put a love spell on you a secret. That's not a secret. You're good at what you're doing. You're the best one in the class, but your grades aren't reflecting it. I think it's because there's something else you're supposed to be doing. That's what I'm being shown. I'm just not being shown what it is. Yeah, the love spells for all of you guys. This is a collective reading, but I am answering your personal question. But yeah, what I'm getting is that it could be something similar to what you're studying, but maybe it's more specific, you know? Like let's say that you're wanting to become a nurse. You may end up finding out that you want to be an ultrasound specialist. It's something like that. Like that's the kind of example that I'm getting. So you may be finding out that, well, first of all, I don't know who this ex is of yours, but you turned your back on them. They turned your back on you. The moment that they did that, they should have realized that this cycle was closing with them. So you've got somebody in massive regret. And they were definitely going to keep the fact that they were trying to put you under a love spell's secret. That's ridiculous. I feel like this type of magic always backfires. Yes, I do sense an external energy blocking you from career success. And I'm wondering if this energy or entity or whatever it is, because it's been, like I was saying, it's been with you for almost all of your life. So ever since you've been going to school, you've been having problems with it reflecting. It could be somebody with an obsession, somebody that wants to get married, that you blocked, a Jezebel spirit. I was just saying a Jezebel spirit. Wow. Now, Jezebel can show up in many different forms. Sometimes Jezebel can show up as your mother. Sometimes Jezebel can show up as the girlfriend of somebody. Whatever this energy is, Jezebel is a destructive force. She always brings people down and tries to get them to engage in low vibrational behavior. You've gone through struggles in career. Yeah, there's definitely an energy that's working against you. Again, I am feeling that it's coming from a feminine. And so I don't know if this is something purposeful that they're doing or if this is an accident. So what I feel like is that upon doing, maybe it's like an internship or something like that you're going to end up doing. Upon doing an internship, you're going to be sparked. You're going to have a spark of passion that goes in another direction when it comes to career. I feel like whatever's trying to hold you back is attached to a female energy. It's a Jezebel energy. So I don't know if this is a person that was obsessed with you, a female, whoever they were trying to compete with you. And it may, the jinn continue to show up. And I don't know why it keeps showing up with the wish card, because you definitely made a wish. And it's like this energy is trying to pervert and twist your wish so that it would become your nightmare, so that you'll change fields. But I'm getting that if you change fields and become more specific about something, like I said, in general nursing, but then like, you know, if you find out that you are really interested in ultrasound or something else, that's just an example, but you may literally find that. Yeah, we're all fed up with this Jinn energy. I don't know why it keeps showing up. I think it's because you have somebody that's wishing ill. They want to put you under some type of spell. They know that you can manifest through faith, healing, and meditation and praying. This person knows that you are spiritual in some type of way. So that could be why they're trying so hard. I'm getting a lot of desperation coming from this person. Maybe this person likes to cheat off of you or something like that. I get like that you know them. You guys would know this person. Yeah, you have memories with this person. You would definitely be like, oh, really? It's them? You would never suspect this person of doing this shit. because they don't want to see you become, and this could be a family member, they don't want to see you become better than what they are. There's like some weird competition, but you're closing this cycle with them either way. By you moving forward and praying and just doing your due diligence by meditating and stuff like that, you're basically going to move forward, and this person's not. Yes, I can confirm name. Yeah, why? Because they hate the degree. I'm not for sure. See, this person's a jackass. I'm not for sure why they feel the way they feel. It's a very confusing energy because this person pretends to be for you, but they really want to compete with you for something. And I don't know what this is. I don't think it's a person. I think it's a position. Like it's like you could be going to school with this person and they could be secretly praying against you. I think that this person senses a divine energy within you. Yeah, this is somebody that's using substances to cope. Maybe they are failing at something. But you're going to gain so much insight through your dreams, through just like getting downloads. You're going to realize who this person is because they have a love-hate relationship with you. I knew that was going to come out because the off and on, hot and cold, ghosted came out. This is somebody that literally, I feel like this is somebody that wants a future with you and you don't want a future with them. And so they're pissed. That's why they're so resentful. Their spell work, their love spell really backfired. I think that this is somebody that also was using you as a side hustle. Maybe they felt like they could make money off of you or use you to make money. I feel like this person sees you as being very abundant. So I feel an energy with the ADR initial, but I don't feel anything with the NBD initial. Ashamed. This person is embarrassed. See, that they'll never tell you the truth about the way that they feel because they're embarrassed. They know that they're in the wrong. They know that they should not be wishing upon jinns or stars or anything like that. This person knows what right from wrong, which is like makes it completely inexcusable for this behavior to continue. This is somebody that wants you to stay local. They want to know where you're going straight up. They don't want you moving. That GPS thing coming out like that, there is no coincidence, Leah. This GPS thing coming out and you're having a hard time with the visa, that is spell work. I don't know who this person is, but they are doing something to manipulate. Your spidey senses are going off and telling you the correct information. This person is doing something to manipulate the reality. I feel like they're afraid for you to find out something about yourself that this person thinks that they know about. And I feel like you would have befriended this person and probably been very kind to them and probably help them with whatever they need help with, you know? And this person is just very jealous. They're a phony trickster, fairy tale, wanting to offer you some type of weird illusion. That's why I feel like they're dangerous. They're dangerous because this is the type of person that will hold you back if you let them. So I would be adding in, you can even, wow, whatever that was that just freaking glitched. That was weird. You can even add in with your prayer and meditation that, okay, I'm clearing my energy of anybody that doesn't mean me good. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm so sorry that you're feeling rejected. That's not fair. Could have been that ADR manifesting this for me unconsciously. Yes, absolutely. That does happen. Sometimes people like they can open portals and they don't even know that they can. So yeah, absolutely. Somebody could be, again, like the evil eye is sent a number of different ways. There is a technical spell that people will send with the evil eye, but most of the evil eye, welcome in Tabish. Shakti, most of the evil eye stuff that comes through is usually people that are just envious and they're looking at you in a weird way. Yes, absolutely. Remember when the hopeless card, it was like the Egyptian deck that we were just doing, and the hope was the only card in reverse. This person is completely hopeless. Yeah. I think that she may be trying, whoever this person is may be trying to offer you an illusion though. And that may not even be their fault because they're living in an illusion. I feel like this person, yeah, you would be bumping heads a lot with them. But this is all over your energy. Somebody is like literally wanting to use your energy to get them through life. And it's not your job to carry anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. This person, if you want to have an equal relationship with somebody, the other person has to be willing to adapt and change and to work on themselves. At least look at themselves a little bit. You know what I mean? This love spell energy could be a past life energy, but it's coming up in this lifetime because it's keeping you bound to something. I feel like this person is losing sleep. And if you've been losing sleep, worried, replaying events, thinking about you, if you've been losing sleep, that's about to change. I feel like rest and renewal is finally here. She is trying to set you up with someone. Yeah. Yeah. I would be really weary of that as well, just because you're just getting on your divine path right now, Leah. And I feel like there are so many distractions coming in to pull you off of that path. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of distractions right now. But yeah, I don't see any of your comments, Tabish. So it might be filtering your comments because the only one, oh, I'm seeing how are you? I'm doing okay. I hope you're having a good day. But yeah, those are the only comments that I'm seeing. Sometimes YouTube just censors stuff and I don't know. I never get to see what's censored. Like it just has its own way of doing that, basically. Oh, thank you. How kind of you. Thank you. So yeah, let's see. This person left you hanging though. I feel like when it's like no closure, no contact, this person that they may be trying to set you up with may leave you hanging. There's something off about the energy, and I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what it is. Maybe it's just envy. Yeah, you said goodbye to this person at one point, or you need to. God may ask you to cut this person off if they don't mean you any good. And a really good prayer that you guys can do is like, God, if there's anybody or anything in my life that doesn't mean me good, can you please give me a vision, to send me a message, send an angel to tell me, something like that. So yeah. Is any of your family members still communicating with this person? Yes, it does feel that way. It absolutely, Gagan, feels that way. So I'm going to look at this other person, but I'm only doing that because I'm going to look through your energy, Tabish. If that other person, whatever their name is, could it be your father? It could be your father. Yeah, it's somebody that that this person talks to quite often, actually. I don't know if it's a brother or something like that. Maybe he considers this person to be a brother. So I'm feeling split energy with Alishba Khan. I'm feeling some split energy. So I don't know if she has somebody else that she's talking to, but I'm feeling the energy being split. High Priestess. So this person's an extremely intuitive being. Y'all got to beware of these divine feminines and divine masculine energies, you guys that are high priestesses. I'm serious, because literally they will see through. If you have anything that's not in the up and up, this person's going to see through it. Is this person a male or a female? I'm getting that if for you it's a masculine energy. The Knight of Swords, assertive and impatient, direct and daring, ambitious and motivated. So this is showing up your energy, though. This is also the energy of whoever your father's talking to. But for you, Tabish, this is your energy. I feel like you could be rushing in right now at this very opportune time. Whoever it is that you're tuning into, this Alishba person, they are a great being. Like, they're a really good person. This person like feeds the poor, or does some type of charity work or something. Maybe this is just them taking care of their extended family members, but this is a person that would never abandon you, never betray you. They have some split energy, maybe about getting married or something like that. But overall, this is somebody that you could really trust. So if this person lets you back in, do not break her heart. I'm not even kidding. Because she's so intuitive, she'll see through anything that is not in the up and up, like I said. Make sure that if you want to be with her, that you want to be with her and only her. Because this woman, if you come towards her on any type of non-authentic stuff, she's going to sniff it out. Okay, this person will sniff that shit out. Like, she'll see right through it. And so if you're still thinking and wanting relationships with other people, she's going to see right through that. Okay. And I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying if you have any of that unresolved masculine, I don't know if it's like sex drive or whatever, sexual conquest, she's going to be able to see through it. I also feel like just being very transparent with this person is going to be your best bet, because they're going to be able to read the energy. And if they pick up if that anything is off, they're going to say no to whatever offer you make. Look at this 2 of Cups offer, though, which means a soulmate and unity, close bond, and spiritual connection. You guys do have a spiritual tie. I'm getting that it is like a soulmate union. And I don't mean to be rude, but I feel like you have a little bit more of maturing to go through. She may be a little bit more mature emotionally than you. And that's really the biggest difference that I'm feeling behind with you guys, is just that you're in the energy of the Knight of Swords, but you will become an emperor, right? You will become an emperor. It's just going to take a little bit of time and learning how to have relationships. You know what I mean? How to act in a relationship and all of that. And if you want to be with this person, it's going to be like a full-time, long-term commitment type thing, not some type of quick fling. This person's not into having flings. They really don't like to share their energy or their time with other people. And so I feel like, you just got to come to this person correct. Repercussions. Like, what does repercussion mean? Like, do you think that God's punishing you? I don't think that you're being punished or anything, but that is pretty weird that she got worse after he came in. That's weird to me, because shouldn't it get better when a priest comes in? Did he like bless the house and stuff? Yeah, like your mother having bad health. Did he bless the house? I feel like you should do a house cleanse and bless and anoint the doors and the windows and stuff like that with some holy oil. But yeah, that is pretty weird that it got worse after that. You're very welcome. So I'm going to pull one more card, because I do see that this is a love offer that's going to go somewhere. Empress. See, she's an empress. That's why I was saying right now you're in the Knight of Swords. When you become an emperor, this person will be your empress. She's a divine feminine. Absolutely. Motherhood, nurturing. She's the type of person that you would want to have a mother of your child, basically, if you're wanting children. And she may want children. That would be something that if you speak to her, you could ask her about. The Page of Cups coming out. She's a dreamer. So yeah, the Page of Cups is always associated with a child, innocence, inner child, head in the clouds. So you could be going through a process right now where you're healing that aspect of yourself. You guys are going to have children that are great visionaries. The Nine of Pentacles, efforts and success, achievement, independence, self-sufficient. So she does feel pretty self-sufficient. So it's not like you're kind of having to come in and rescue her from anything, because it feels like she's got her spirituality in order here. She's on a divine path. And I feel like if you were to be with this woman, you would also be thrusted onto a divine path as well, Tavish. And so it would be like a twin flame journey that continues to grow. Nine of Cups. I swear, the Jinn energy with the wishes and stuff just keeps showing up. I don't know why it keeps showing itself. It just is like trying to throw it in our face until we learn something about this situation. Because I'm like, why is it still here? I thought that it went away. I guess not. This does talk about you getting your wishes fulfilled, contentment and pleasure, though, which I really like that. It means that both people will be happy in their relationship. And if she has any children, you may want to think about how you would feel about raising other people's children, or just even their extended family members, because she's somebody that she would take care of you. Like, I see that she's a caregiver, and maybe she does that for a job. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's just a caregiver to everybody in her life. But I really like her energy, and I feel like a lot of positivity with her. I will keep you in my prayers. Absolutely. As far as being somebody who will enrich your life, this woman will make you richer, happier, probably fatter, because she'll feed you. She would really take care of you. So I feel like, and she would also take care of your family members. Like I said, she is a caretaker. And the Empress is somebody who's very loving and compassionate, somebody who likes to be a mother and likes to be a nurturer to other people. So, she's coming to the plate offering a whole lot here. And she has not been with a lot of people. She doesn't have a lot of dating experience, but she's extremely mature. So I feel like, you may want to think about this relationship and have a talk with her to make sure that you guys want the same thing. If that makes sense. Welcome in, Amar. Yeah, just to make sure that you guys are on the same path, wanting the same things. Because if you don't ever ask anybody, you're never going to know like what their opinion is on marriage, and this is why when you get to know somebody, it's so important to remember the things that they say, because usually when people come into a relationship with an expectation, it'll throw the relationship off because of the expectation. Okay, yeah, what can you do about the spirits and the energy? Okay, so what you can do, first of all, start praying Psalm 91. I'm going to type Psalm 91 in the chat. Okay. That's for protection from whatever this energy and whoever this person is. You can say, I'm praying Psalm 91 against known and unknown, seen and unseen energies. Now, if you wanted to burn a candle, the color yellow would be the best candle, because yellow has to do with mental power, has to do with intelligence, and it has to do with your self-worth and your personal power and your inner child. So yellow candle, you could burn that. And then you need to cleanse your energy. So you can take either a spiritual bath, which is using, I like to tell people to use peppermint, because you can just take peppermint tea and then boil that water, and like you fill up the bathtub about halfway, you boil some peppermint tea water, and then you can put that into the bath, right? And then get in the bath, soak in it, make sure that you cleanse from top to bottom. You can use crystals in the bath like selenite, Selenite crystal. Selenite is this crystal. This crystal clears negative energy. It never absorbs negative energy. It continually cleanses. So you can put this crystal next to any other type of crystal and it will clear the negative. You just count to 5 and it clears and it recharges the energy of that crystal or that stone. So selenite is really good to work with. Okay. I would start carrying some selenite on you and then adding salt. You can bless salt and add that to the bath, to spiritual bath. And then after you take the bath, after taking the bath, what you want to do is use sage and Palo Santo. Those are the highest, like out of all of the different sage blends, the sage and Palo Santo works for every type of negative energy. And so you want to just cleanse your home and your space, and when you're cleansing with the sage, keep a window open so that the negative energy can leave. And so with the combination of doing all of those things, now this is not just a one-time thing. You may have to keep this energy away. And the yellow candle's also going to unblock your pathway. It's basically used for unblocking, and it's the color of Ganesh. It's a color associated with Ganesh. But yeah, it'll basically open the way for you to be able to move forward and for you to be able to concentrate on your studies and be guided. But I would always be using your intuition. And then you can also drink teas. Okay, tea is another way to alchemize your energy. You can drink peppermint tea or a detox tea. And the detox tea you can only drink like once a week. Detox tea 1 time a week, because it'll put your body into detox to where you'll need to drink water to flush out the toxins. Okay. And then dieter's tea is another one that you do like 1 time a week, but make sure you're always talking with your doctor, okay, to make sure that these teas work for you. But yeah, dieter's tea, you do 1 time a week. And what that does is it has an herb in it that goes through your intestines and it pulls all of the extra gunk off of your intestinal walls so that you can poop it out, basically. And so they call it dieter's tea because you'll lose a lot of weight and get skinny by using it. But like I said, you should only be using it once a week. And what you're trying to do is you're just getting rid of that toxic energy, because the negative entities, they connect in with the solar plexus. And so they're basically trying to affect the gut and the body so that they can stay attached to you. But if you start to cleanse yourself and you drink tea, you're praying over your food, praying over food and water, and just saying, God, please bless and cleanse everything that I consume. Please bless and cleanse everything that I consume. Amen. So yeah, that's what I would do to get rid of that energy. And a combination of all of those things, you're gonna definitely need to cleanse out your home and space and assess. Sometimes when people give you objects, they have energies attached to them. That's why anytime that somebody gives you a gift or an object, especially if it's a piece of jewelry or something, cleanse it with sage. Literally, or selenite. I mean, you'll be able to physically actually feel and see the negative energy being cleared. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just looking here at a Mars question. Ishwar Karur. I don't know how to say that. Is this person sensing your energy? I feel like they're picking up on your energy, but they don't know how to discern it. Are you sending energy to this person? You should probably not be sending energy to anybody. Just the best thing you can do for somebody else, for them to have a good life, is pray for them. Or for them to even awaken from being like asleep, the best thing you can do is pray for people. And pray that they find God, because in them finding God, they may come back to you. Does that make sense? Did this person just like block you recently, or are you blocked? Seven of Pentacles, harvest and rewards, results in growth, progress, and patience, planning, and focus. So yeah, I do feel like I feel like your energy is reaching her, but she doesn't know what to do with it, because it's hard for her to classify who it's coming from. But I'm also hearing that this person has a couple of things that they're working through right now. Oh, your messages. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe that you're trying to manifest her. Okay. So I would be praying for her, and instead of trying to manifest her specifically, because that energy could turn out real bad. I would just be calling in divine love. And if divine love is attached to her, then she'll come into your life. If it's not, then that's a good indication that you may need to find it somewhere else. But this is showing me that, what you're putting your energy into, you will get back. So if you're trying to get somebody's attention, I would be praying and wishing the best for them, because that's going to bring in the result that you want. Oh, you know what about the jinn thing? Yeah, I don't know what the answer is for that. Let me kind of ask and see if there's anything. So if you're wearing something around the neck to keep away the jinns, why are they still here? That's what's like super confusing. And then, don't jinns attach to objects, you guys? From my understanding, they are like Aladdin and the lamp. The genie's attached to the lamp. So I feel like finding out whatever these things are attached to is really important. It doesn't have to be like a lamp, but it could be something, you know what I mean, that they're attached to. They even spoke through your mother. Jesus, that's really scary. Yeah, I feel like the thing she saw in her dream was a jinn. So your overall energy as a person is kind of neutral. I think it's hard to say, because it's like you go through different cycles. Sometimes your energy is more high vibrational and you're more optimistic, and sometimes it's just not. But I do feel like the more that you become aware of your energy, the better things are going to be. So yeah. And then Amar, I'm going to pull another card, Page of Cups. So again, I feel like if you're blocked, pray for this person, because, there's some inner child healing that needs to take place. I think in both of you guys before you can reunite. And maybe that's what the time apart is supposed to do for you guys, is so that you guys can heal from whatever childhood trauma. I'm picking up on feeling abandoned by God. God has not abandoned you. God is your strength. The Most High is the strength that the world cannot deny. Courage, confidence, and inner power. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm a little confused as to what these jinns are attached to as well, Gagan. So I am like, they're cloaking something, so it's like hard for me to see what it is that they're attached to. Because like I know they have to be attached to an item. I don't think that they can just be attached to a person. And so hopefully, with the necklace that the priest gave y'all, it's supposed to keep the jinns away. But if you own another item that they're attached to, I don't know how that would work out. That could cause more trauma or drama, because you have them attached to some it's an object. It may be an heirloom or something that's passed down, like a brooch or something. So I'm being shown something like that. And yeah, I don't know if you could always take the necklace off and see if anything gets better, and to see if the necklace is even working. You know what I mean? I'm seeing an Ankh necklace. The Ankh is like a symbol of life and symbol of power and purity. but I don't think the necklace that she's wearing is an ankh. I think you may want to think about getting an ankh and blessing it. But yeah, if the necklaces are supposed to keep away the jinn, I don't know how they're still here. Or if maybe the necklaces, I don't know how that works. I just don't understand it. It's almost like a separate, it's like they have like a separate realm that they can sneak into. But I don't know why they're also so focused on your mother. It seems like they're very focused on your family, and I'm not for sure why. A Queen of Pentacles. So this is somebody that you can have children with, Amar. I do feel like, you know, instead of trying to manifest a specific person, just try to manifest divine love in. And the more that you align with that, then this person will start to come in. But I feel like they're working through something right now. They could be finding their strength. Yeah. Oh, it's something in a necklace. Interesting. He wrote something down and put it in a necklace. Okay. Well, it's definitely, if it's supposed to keep the jinn away, that's definitely not working. The Ace of Wands, this is somebody that's going to spark some creativity within you. They feel a little bit like a muse. So I don't feel like you should give up on this person, but I also don't feel like you should sit around and wait for someone to come back. While you're waiting, while you're in the process of manifesting this person, just heal your inner child and work on that feeling of being abandoned by God, because you're not actually being abandoned by God. That's just the illusion that's the lens that you've been looking through. And so if God's going to abandon you, then so will everybody else. That's kind of the mentality behind it. But knowing that God's not abandoning you, God will bring in the correct and appropriate person at the right time. You just have to be in alignment to receive. And this Ace of Wands shows me that you will be. Like, you're going to get into alignment. And if there was anything that needed to be changed with the way that you perceive things, you may go through a growing cycle, basically. 36 days completed. Good. I'm glad that you're consistent. Yeah. And I'm so sorry, Gagan. I wish I knew the answer to what, again, I would be reading the Quran. You know, I'm sure that they have, from what I read, they have like an English version. I would be reading that, because from my perspective, I don't know how to deal with jinn. They're not popping that, they're not as popular in this part of the world as they are in the Middle East. And so I don't think, for some reason, I don't think they have the same powers over here as they do where you're at. So it's like, seems to me like they're much more powerful in your home than they are in mine. Like they can definitely travel long distances and stuff. And they definitely do have an issue. I'm just not for sure what their aim is, because they're very mischievous. And your mother's become weak. How did the person in your family pass away? Did they pass away from a natural cause? Yeah, maybe cleanse the necklace. Maybe that's what it is. I really don't know. I know that they have to be attached to something physical. But yeah, if things have gotten worse since she put the necklace on, you might want to take the necklace off and see if things get better. If they get better, then it could be the necklace. Again, I don't know why a priest's necklace would do something like that, but we live in a strange world. So yes, check anything that you bought around the time that your mom got sick. So you feel stuck, John? I feel like you do feel stuck, yeah, but you're not going to be stuck for that much longer. Let's see what the guardian angels messages show for you guys, because I feel like you guys will have doors open for you. It's almost like each of you, yeah, they were there before we put on the necklace. That's exactly it. But if things have gotten worse since you put on the necklace, then that would be kind of a sign. I think that's why, you know, you may want to think about taking the necklace off. The best thing that could happen is for discernment to kick in and you to figure out what object they're attached to, so that you could then cleanse that object or get rid of it. And if it is a family heirloom or something like that. The family may not want to get rid of it. Well, you could give it to another family member. I mean, I wouldn't even want to do that, though. That would be condemning somebody to sickness and death for sure. And I don't know what are the odds of you guys getting an object that has those attached. I mean, the odds are like insane to me. It just seems really weird. 9 of water, you guys. Wishes. You're joking with this gin thing. It just, every deck that has a wish card, it just comes out like first thing. Wishes, dreams, happiness. Oh my God. So you guys are definitely focusing on what it is that needs to occur for you to move forward. And I love that, because when you focus on the answer, what the answer is, you're going to receive one. Yeah, if you could figure out what object they're attached to, that would probably be the best thing. And like Leah was saying, check anything that you bought, purchased, or that was given to you by anybody. I don't know if I would ask your mom if she's accepted anything from anybody recently. You're trying to cut your family off, but you have no other place to go and it's stressful. Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Oh, nice. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. When the concrete gets so hot, it can like burn through the dog's pads on their paws, which is so sad. That's why I really dislike people that leave their dogs outside all the time. Like my aunt has a neighbor that they just leave their dog. Oh, that pisses me off. I freaking makes me so mad. Just leave their dog outside all of the time and don't take care of it. It's ridiculous. So yeah, you're trying to cut your family off, but you have nowhere place to go and it's stressful. I definitely get that energy, swirling about of change. So yeah, you could feel in the 9 of air. This is the same thing as like the 9 of swords, negativity, worry, sleeplessness. I don't feel like worrying about where you're going to go or where you're going to stay is going to help. Okay. So I would let go of that aspect of feeling insecure and unable to, basically, I feel like you can't leave and you can't stay at the same time, John. That's what I'm picking up. I'm also seeing the 2 of air, indecision, avoidance, and confusion. So you're definitely trying to avoid some type of emotional tragedy here with your family. Now, I don't know if it seems to me like other people's families have been better to you than your own family, John. That's what I'm picking up. I don't know if you have a friend that's got a great family. Like maybe you grew up with this friend and you're always over at their house and their family kind of took you in. I feel like you would be better off with staying with a friend or something like that than where you're at right now, because there is an energy that's like a very oppressive energy where you're at right now. It's very much weighing heavy on your heart. I can feel that. I can feel that pressure, and it's not normal. It's way too much stress for one person to be going through. And it's almost like your family's made like a cult and you're their target. I don't know why I feel that way, but it's extremely toxic. And I think that maybe they're doing this out of love. They want to shape you into who they want you to be. They don't want to accept you for who you actually are. Okay, yeah. So your wife's family treats you better than your family. Yeah. So you may want to contact them. But I do feel like you're going to be able to get out of this situation. You've just got to walk away from the people that say that they're your family. If they were really your family, they would not be badgering you like this. I don't get that you're an irresponsible person or anything like that. And so I feel like the way that they're treating you is unfair and it's weird. It's biased, completely biased. I don't know why they're doing this, like why they keep picking on you, but it does feel like it's intentional. And there's like not a close loving bond with your family, but there is with your wife's family. Like I can feel the difference, and I feel like you've been carrying your family with you for a long time, and you have been sparing these people, John. You have been freaking sparing these people, because if you would have called judgment on the way they've been treating you, they would start to lose. And of course, we don't want to see our family lose, but holy crap, they've put you through a lot. You're definitely this king of fire energy, inspirational, charismatic, and innovative. So I feel like you have a door to value. Thank God that these people that you call family have not seen this door to value, because they would have ripped you apart to gain access to it. Yeah, you have been sparing them for years, and they just keep treating you a certain type of way, not realizing that that's inappropriate. Six of air, relief, hope, and moving on. Yeah, you're going to have to move on from these people to gain peace again and equilibrium. But the good thing is that when you do have your own family, you're going to have peace and equilibrium. You're going to have a loving family. Just because you were raised by people that seemingly are acting like they don't care about you doesn't mean that you're going to be a bad father or a bad person or anything like that. Okay. So I don't want you to think that this situation's ruined you, or the way that they're making you feel is ridiculous. Like, they're trying to make you feel guilty for being alive. Like, you're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to rent, take up space and exist. That's part of you being given unconditional free will and a body to live in, basically. And so if they've got a problem with that, they should have thought about that before they had sex, I guess. Yeah, they're very much smiling in your face and stabbing you in the back. And I feel like it's energetically. And the passive aggressive behavior, it's meant to trigger you. These people are very vampiric. They want to get a rise out of you. So you just don't let them get you angry. Because when they get you triggered, they extract energy. Why you feel so tired and restless and stuff is because they're extracting energy. When you argue with them, look at this, king of air. You're very knowledgeable, objected, and respected. You are in the community. It's just that your parents they see you as a little boy or something. They don't see you as who you actually are, which is kind of weird. But I don't feel like they've been a supportive part of your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's definitely two-faced, weird, culty-like energy. Like when and I say cult, but I'm not necessarily meaning like the Freemasons, but like it just feels like they're all ganging up together against you, which is like a gang stalking cult like feeling, and maybe it's because you're chosen. I don't know if you've ever looked into that, but I'm kind of getting that that's what the energy is. You're going to be okay, Gagan. Just, you got to read. Yeah, look at this, the Hermit. They've always been isolating you. They've been trying to isolate you. I don't know why. It's almost like they're embarrassed of you, but they won't say that. Ooh, that's mean. It says introspection, self-discovery, and mentorship. So yeah, you're going to be able to get out of this situation, though. You're not stuck in it forever. Even though family ties are some of the strongest ties and soul contracts we have, if they don't choose to fulfill their end of the bargain, and like I said, there is a situation with feeling unloved by God, because your family members are supposed to be the closest thing to God, Yeah. I don't know if you're doing anything other than being yourself. And I think that they're just not liking your authentic self. That's really hard to say to you, because that's really sad, but that's what I'm feeling. I don't feel like you're doing anything to trigger them to act this way. Yeah, you're just a very creative, enthusiastic, motivated person, and you want to have a good life. And then, misery loves company. You got people that don't want to see you succeed beyond what they can do. And so if they see you having a family, a happy life, and any type of normalcy, they're going to try to destroy that, because they don't have that. And they don't feel like you should have it. They think that you're a dreamer and somebody that is always wasting their time. And you're not. You're actually investing into stuff. 23 years is a long time. Yeah, I want it to end too. That's why I would say reading the Quran, and then if you could figure out whatever the item is that has the jinns attached to it, get rid of that thing. Or asking your mother if anybody's given her anything. But yeah, Most of the time, you guys, when you're chosen, you'll find that you're either the black sheep of the family or the family just doesn't like you because literally you're being chose to do something greater. And they see you as this dreamer, somebody that is always giving into fantasy or delusions or something. And that's not even true. You just believe in yourself. It says beginning, believing, and being protected. Your dreams will always tell you the answers. So I would be always asking the universe to give you more insight, discernment. And it's not, you don't need to get your family back. There's nothing that you need to do other than walk away. You walking away and taking your chosen energy with you, John, these people's protection will fall. Like the level of protection that these people are having, why God is sparing them is because they're giving you a place to stay. But once that's out of the picture, these people may have a great fall. And that's going to be really hard for you to watch because they're going to want your help and they're going to need your help, but they're going to also resent you for that. So it's kind of like, I do feel like you're here to break a generational curse for sure. The Four of Water, distraction, self-absorption, discontentment. They want you distracted all of the time. Yes. Yeah. Good. Staying out of the way, protecting your energy and trying not to do anything to trigger them. Make sure you're cleaning up after yourself and doing everything in your power to follow whatever rules they have until you can get out of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, when you have your own family, it's going to be completely different. And so you'll feel what actual normalcy will be like. Look at this, 9 of Earth, contentment, luxury, and independence. This could be why they resent you. Maybe see that old woman there? I feel like that's someone in your family. Maybe you were left an inheritance that you don't know about. Or there's life insurance money. There could be something about, you inheriting a large sum of money and these people being a conservator of it. Or maybe you have an inheritance that they don't want to give to you or something weird. It's something weird like that. But they're resenting you because you have something that is wealthy. Could be even a spiritual gift that you possess. A 2 of Water. Oh, hold on. This is about your wife. They don't like her, but they won't tell you that. That's crazy. Partnership, commitment, and reconciliation. They feel like she's going to drain the family of your guys' resources. I feel like that's bullshit. Your family enriches your life. Your wife enriches your life. You're the only child that stuck around for years, unlike the other kids. Yeah, because now you know why. Because they picked up on the same gluttonous, weird, coveting energy. It's like wanting something that's being left to somebody else. So they walked away. You're the only one that's chosen to stay. That's wild. And the crazy shit about this is, the crazy thing is that your family is functioning like this, but they don't think that there's anything wrong with them. They think it's every other person that's in the wrong. And it's not. It's them. They don't want to look at themselves. And they don't want to look at how they've been treating you like you're a piss on and useless. Like, I don't get where this energy is coming from. Yeah, mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. They need to make a reassessment of your energy because you are offering the family protection that they would not have. The ancestors don't have these people's backs. What is it that I'm being attacked for? Merely existing? It very well could be something just like that. Literally. That's the truth. Page of Air, truthful, analytical, accurate, outspoken. Okay, so it could be because you've spoken out, but of course you would. Obviously, when you have people that are treating you like they're better than you, that's pretty weird. They just think that they're better than you, but they know in their hearts that they're not. Yeah, they don't want to see you reach this goal, expansion, and have this vision. Yeah, you definitely want to respect your family because, like I said, you're going to break a generational curse. There could be an energy with your family that's making them act so rotten. They could have had a financial fall in the past, like generations back. out of that luxury, and they've been in scarce and lack. There could be many reasons of why they treat you this way, but knowing that they treated your other siblings the same, it's kind of like, okay, well, now I know what to expect. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like you should definitely get back with your wife. She's like such a good person, John. And her family will be more of a family to you than your own family. So if you can work it out with her, I would do that ASAP. Ace of Earth, look at this cute little kid, abundance, opportunity, and resources. Because literally, once you have your own family, you're not going to feel like this desire of approval and stuff like that you feel with your other family. See, they vampire you off of that primal need and desire to be accepted. They literally are draining your energy based off of that, literally. And I don't feel like they don't intentionally go, oh, I'm going to drain their energy. They just know that them making you feel bad about yourself, it's very draining. Okay, let's get 2 more cards and then I'll let you guys go. Look at this. The Sun, you're definitely a light worker. It says success, recognition, and enthusiasm. So yeah, I pray that everything gets better for you guys. The Moon, the Sun, and then the Moon. You're joking, right? That is so wild. That's like night and day. That is like twin flame energy right there, if I've ever seen it. The Sun and the freaking Moon coming together. I'm also feeling like this could be like an eclipse that occurred. There may be something that's being eclipsed out. Yeah, I'm seeing that you made mistakes here with your partnership, but they're not mistakes that can't be fixed. So I do feel like you'll be able to repair your relationship, but it's not going to be as healthy as it could be while you're living with your family. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yes, I feel like that as well. Yeah. Yeah, you feel like you're taking the past curse from there. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel like getting back with your wife would be the correct thing. Because this little person wants to come into the world. And so I do feel like that when you have children, you're going to realize that your children enrich your life and that they're not a drain, even though it's expensive to have kids, but still you may even adopt a child. Like you have so much to give. You know what I mean? So don't let these people get you guys down. The 3 of Air, sorrow, forgiveness, and healing. Like I said, when you leave, they'll be asking for forgiveness. And the forgiving and healing part. Oh, you have a son now. Oh my gosh. So this child's already in the works. Okay. Yes. And I pray that you find out, whatever these beings, these jinns are attached to. Because like I said, that's the main thing that they're coming from, is something that they're attached to. So, you may want to talk to your mom about, especially if she's gotten sicker since she put the necklace on, maybe cleanse the necklace. If you've got selenite, put the necklace on selenite. If you got sage, smudge it. And then pray probably something from the Quran. I would just Google search, like, what is the best prayer against jinns, and then I would start saying that and adding that, and then just still doing Psalm 91, because it feels like the energies are it's like they're trying to latch on, but they're being forced out, if that makes sense. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Please like this video. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure you've tapped that notification bell so you're notified when I go live, okay? You guys don't want to miss out on the messages Spirit has for you. Okay, we're closing this reading down. We're blessing you, and we're asking that the Most High intervene on every situation that we talked about today, okay? Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Have a good day. Happy Friday.